Metal Slug is a run-and gun, released by Nazca Corporation. First entry in the series is called Metal Slug Super Vehicle 001 or Metal Slug 1, released on April 19, 1996, in Japan if you couldn't tell. My name is Sulfur, and in today's video we're going to beat this game without taking a single hit. Now let me clarify, any hit counts as a death. Just like that. Tank hits don't count since technically the character isn't getting hit. Once I do get hit, I have to reset the mission all over again. Now with that being said, let's get to it. You can call this the tutorial mission as it's not really difficult, nor is it long in comparison to later missions. We make our way to our first mini-boss, this helicopter. Being the first actual encounter of the game, it dissolves into thin air instantly due to the machine gun spam. After that, we simply hold forward, killing any enemies in our way, and kill the boss by drowning him in grenades. Moving on to mission 2, it's a bit more difficult than the previous, but it doesn't stand a chance against my immaculate video game skills. I jump over these electrical fences for speed and shoot down these paratroopers real quick. Once we get to this part, the fastest way to do it is to jump onto these ships, keep shooting them down with the rocket launcher, making sure not to use any of our grenades as they will be used later on. There's 3 ships in total, and they all go down pretty easily. There's a tank mini-boss right after. And all it is a waste of time. Like, actually, why is it so slow? Heading to the boss, we fight this ship called the Hairbuster Rivers. Weird name, but nonetheless. We throw all of our grenades early on to get as much damage as possible. Then using the shotgun, by far the best weapon for DPS, we kill it and move on. Mission 3. This is where things actually start to get difficult. The first part, however, isn't that.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh hell no! That's hell no! Whoa!
Difficulty starts to ramp up once we encounter Alan O'Neill. This fucking guy. This might seem easy at first, but if not for this specific strat, it probably would be one of the hardest bosses. And it's not even a boss, it's a goddamn mini-boss. The trick for these tanks is to actually hug them rather than to run away from them. Like my great-grandfather used to say, the best offense is kindness. And can we just stay silent for a second and admire how beautiful this boss fight went? I mean, look at it, it's immaculate. Mission 4. So this mission isn't really that eventful. The game kinda just throws enemies at you. And if you played this level more than once, you'd be able to clear it no problems. Now with that being said, I did die once. Personally, I like this boss fight a lot, mainly because my great-grandfather's one law of power applies pretty nicely to this. Mission 5. Similarly to Mission 4, this mission just throws enemies at you. Confidence is key, however. You must hold forward no matter what, especially in this part, in order to avoid both a helicopter and a big ass tank. The boss is fairly hard if you're not in a tank, but getting the hang of his patterns makes it pretty predictable. This mission made me hate my life. Up to this point in the game, I've only been playing for a maximum of 30 minutes. This lousy mission, over 2 goddamn hours. Anyways, crash out aside. We start in this jungle environment, go through this enemy gauntlet, go through this second gauntlet, and here you notice that the road diverges into 2 paths. You get a mini boss depending on which path you take. For my Q-rated strat, I found that you get a bit more control of your surroundings when you go down. It just gives you more mobility. We push through more of these ways, and here's one of the tricks I found through playing this game for over 20 hours. You need to stand at a spot so that the enemy tank is barely showing on screen. This way you can just mag dump on it and it can't do shit. And after taking down this last wave of enemies, we get to my actual best part of the game. The reason why I really like this section, and you'll see in a bit, is because of how many encounters you can cheese. This machine gun right here is a lifesaver. It's literally one of the most useful tools for this section. The reason for that is because whenever you jump off of it, you get iframes. That's slang for invincibility frames. For example, this helicopter would be an actual pain in the ass without this tech. We get the tank, also an extremely useful tool, and destroy this first dam, I guess, or is it a bridge? And proceed to the second bridge that we also blew up. And finally, we get on land, the final stretch. For this helicopter, the method here is to jump off from this tank and take the helicopter head on. The reason for that is because the tank is too slow to dodge the helicopter's fast fire rate. This part would actually be really hard if not for that little trick. Then we simply get back in the tank and proceed to the actual final boss. So this boss has 4 attacks. The heat-seeking missiles, which is mostly RNG based. The small missiles you can avoid by just not standing under this guy, and the machine gun, we just jump over it, and the rockets, we just do the iframes trick. But before that, did you really think that this mission went this smoothly? Roll the clips, buddy. "42 deaths. 40 in this mission alone. But alas, we finally got it. And here's proof. As you can see, 0 continues. And this was Metal Slug 1 without taking a single hit.